What's going on, everybody? Doug here, and I just got done seeing Scream 7. Let me kick off this reaction by saying I am a new fan of the franchise. I hopped on board with this franchise when the fifth one came out in 2022. I watched the first movie before seeing the fifth one. I watched the entire franchise before seeing the sixth one in 2023. So I would not call myself a diehard Ghostface Scream fan like most of you probably are. So let's put it at that first. Like most people, though, I think a lot of us, including myself, would have liked to seen the Carpenter sister storyline, the Core 4 storyline continue post Scream 6 and post New York City. Again, Scream 6. Walking to this movie, though, I was hearing very mixed things. For better or for worse, let's call it divisive. Very divisive. And like most people, I want to see this movie for myself and give you my honest thoughts and feedback. Is this movie great or terrific? No. Is it awful, terrible, all this kind of stuff? Me personally, no. And I've seen worse movies this year alone, and trust me on that. Is this movie a good movie? It depends on who you ask and how much of a Scream and Ghostface fan you probably are. For me, this movie is quote unquote, I'll call it decent. This movie for me worked in parts. To me, though, the heart of this movie is definitely Neve Campbell coming back as Sidney Prescott. She's a certified badass in this movie. She's kicking all kinds of ass. I mean, she is ruthless in this movie in the best possible way. It reminded me a lot of kind of like, this is her kind of like Laurie Strode moment from Jamie Lee Curtis moment, I would say, as Laurie Strode in 2018's Halloween, a movie that I love dearly, which is a fantastic reboot. Is this movie as good as Halloween 2018? No. Not comparing them, but quality-wise, no. Also, the heart of this movie is definitely a mother and daughter and about legacy. And to me, I'm a sucker for a movie about mother and daughter, father and son, father and daughter, mother and son, that whole kind of dynamic. I love kind of those themes and messages in movies, and I love movies about legacy and kind of just like, how do you kind of deal with legacy? How do you deal with kind of like generational trauma for the new generation? The kills are brutal as ever. The movie is very gory. There's a few kills where I was like, oh my dear Lord. Woof. And it does not hold back on the violence, the gore, things that kind of make Scream and the Scream kills iconic. Everything else, though, some of the supporting cast isn't all that great, I'll be honest. And some of the dialogue is very 2000s, even 90s-esque to a degree. But I did enjoy watching all the kills. I did enjoy kind of watching kind of this new generation to be introduced kind of to Sidney Prescott and Scream and Ghostface. So again, not a great movie, but for me it worked in parts. See it for yourself, make up your own opinion. But hey, look out for my full review on our YouTube page and our podcast feed. As always, guys, we will see you all at the movies.